Hey yo, what's poppin', my fellow music lovers and listeners? Welcome back to Multifaceted Media Entertainment. And we're back today with another video. And this one is about the new tattoo that Anderson Paak got in relation to releasing his posthumous music. So I'm going to read exactly what the tattoo says and then we can talk about it. So without further ado, you know how we do. Let's get into the video. Okay, so the tattoo reads, "When I'm gone, please don't release any posthumous albums or songs with my name attached. Those were just demos and never intended to be heard by the public." Alright, so first of all, I want to start this by saying it's really, really sad that an artist feels like he has to go to this length in order to, avoid or at least lessen the chances of record labels taking advantage of an artist's passing by exploiting the music that they had left for their own personal monetary, gain. And to be honest, I think this is kind of heavily inspired by, just the observance of Pop Smoke's last posthumous release and how it was pretty obvious that the label was desperately trying to milk every last drop of the music that Pop Smoke had left, with a lot less focus being on the actual quality of that music. And I recall even Pop Smoke's best friend coming out recently in an interview and saying that that's pretty much all of the music that Pop Smoke had left. And yeah, that's really really sad.
My opinion, I feel like instead of dropping all 30 songs, I would have waited like 10 now, 10 next year, That way his name will stay alive instead of just dropping it all at one time,
Right. So was this his whole what he left?
I'm guessing this is what he had left in the vote.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that right there, that's a headline right there. That is true. The fact that they released all the music of what he had left, that breaks my heart. Because like you said, I do agree with you that should have been few records here, records there.
To keep his name alive.
To keep that legacy alive.
And while I agree with a lot of what he's saying, I do believe that they really should have spread out the release of Pop Smoke's music in order to, preserve his memory, in order to keep his name fresh in people's minds even sometime after he's gone. And while I agree with that, I do believe that a lot of those songs would have been best left not released at all, because I do think that given the state that they were in, I don't believe that Pop Smoke himself would have released any of those in those states while he was still alive. But I think that just goes to show just how money hungry some of these labels are and just how little regards they have for the life or the memory of the artist that had passed, and just how focused they are on, making sure that their pockets stay liquidified. I mean, just the sheer amount of features that they had to force into Pop Smoke's album just to kind of patch up some of the unfinished songs, or a lot of the unfinished songs, just goes to show how unfinished the project or the majority of the songs were on the project in general or on a whole. And don't get me wrong, I'm not completely against the whole posthumous release thing. I do believe that posthumous albums can be handled well. And I think Mac Miller's latest release, Circles, was a pretty great example of that. And I think Juice WRLD's posthumous release wasn't too bad either. And that kind of has me wondering, did Anderson make the right decision here? I mean, don't get me wrong, in the grander scheme of things, this tattoo means absolutely zilch. It means nothing. And I honestly don't think it will even hinder the decision making of the label to release Anderson Paak's music once he's gone, regardless of whatever the tattoo wants to say. But I do believe that if Anderson felt so strongly about this as to have it scribed into his skin permanently, I do believe that he must have taken some legal steps towards assuring that the statements made in his tattoo are respected after his passing. So giving him the benefit of the doubt that that's the case, do I believe that he made the right decision? And honestly, I really don't know. I mean, just as an example, what if he begins to fall gravely ill on the brink of finishing an album that he put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of work in, and then ends up passing away right before he could actually put the finishing touches on that project. I mean, they say dead man tell no tales, but I still do believe that he would have wanted us, his fans, to hear at least a portion of what he had been working on that project. But hey, man, as I said, I guess if he went through all the trouble of getting this tattooed on his skin, he must have thought long and hard about this before going through with it. So I guess what I think or my opinion really doesn't matter here. Obviously, as a fan, it does kind of bum me out because Anderson .Paak is one of my favorite artists. I don't think I go a day without listening to at least one of his songs. So obviously, as a fan, I would love to hear everything he ever records. But I also definitely wouldn't want to hear any song that he didn't deem worthy or ready to be released, because Anderson strikes me as a person that really puts a lot of time and effort and pays attention to his craft when releasing music. So I definitely wouldn't want any of his music to be floating around out there that he didn't really approve of. But really, the only power that this tattoo does have is at least his fans will know if for any reason he should leave us sooner rather than later. At least his fans will know that if they see any new music of him being released out there, that this was not really what he wanted to happen. So yeah. But what do you guys think about this whole situation? Do you guys agree or disagree with his decision to get this tattoo? Please let me know in the comment section below. Also hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video drops on the channel. Once again, this has been Multifaceted Media, and I'm signing out.
Baby, get your shit together, I'm talking right now. It's been a